students. Today we will start chapter 7, Weather, Climate and Adaptations of Animals to Climate, part 2. Now the polar bear. The white fur of the polar bear makes it easier for them to hide in the snow and therefore save them from predators. In the same way, it makes it easier for them to catch their prey. The polar bears have 2 layers of thick fur on them so that they can survive extremely cold conditions. The polar bears move slowly and rest a lot so that they do not get overheated because of their thick fur. The polar bears often swim on warm days to keep themselves cool. The paws of the polar bear are large and wide so that it can swim as well as walk easily in the snow. The polar bear can swim underwater as well because it can keep its nostrils closed for a long time. The strong sense of smell of polar bears makes it possible to locate its prey during such harsh weathers. The penguins. The penguins are also white in color so that they can hide in the snow. They have thick skin with large fat content in their body so that they can survive the cold weather easily. The penguins generally live in a crowd or nest closely so that they can stay warm. The penguins have webbed feet which allow them to swim. Now, migratory birds in the polar region. The birds, in order to protect themselves from cold weather of the winters in the polar region, often migrate from these areas to warmer places. They then return back after the winter season. For example, the Siberian crane migrates to India in Rajasthan, Haryana and some northeast regions during the winter season in Siberia. These birds that migrate to different places during a change in weather are often called migratory birds. They can travel used distances of 15,000 km to protect themselves from the extremely cold environment. Such birds migrate to the same places every year. The migratory birds fly very high so that the heat generated by the flight wings can be disposed of in the cold conditions. The migratory birds have a sense of direction so that they can travel to the same place every time. The migratory birds also use landmarks or follow the direction of the sun and stars to migrate. Some birds also use the magnetic field of the earth and find direction. Apart from birds, fishes, insects and mammals also migrate. The tropical regions on the earth are the regions which are close to the equator and hence receive more amount of sunlight during the year. Because of this, these areas have a hot climate. The temperature in tropical regions can be as high as 40 degrees Celsius and can drop until 15 degrees Celsius only. The length of the day and night are almost equal in these regions. However, there is a lot of rainfall and so the tropical rainforests are found in these regions. The tropical rainforests are home to a wide variety of vegetation and animals. Due to large habitation, the animals often compete for food in these regions. Many animals have adapted themselves so that they can live on the trees and find their food easily. The skin color of these animals is generally similar to that of the surroundings so that they can catch their prey easily and protect themselves from the predators. Also, many of these animals have a good eyesight and better sense of hearing. Now, different animals found in the tropical rainforest and their features. The red-eyed frog, it has a sticky feet so that it can climb up on the trees easily. The monkeys, they have long tails so that they can climb the trees easily. Even their hands and feet have a structure that helps them in holding the branches of the trees easily. Toucan birds. The toucan birds adapt themselves so that they can find food easily. The toucan bird has a large and long beak with which it can reach the food that is found on the weaker branches as well. Lions and tigers. They have thick skin, sharp eyesight and sensitive hearing. The lion-tailed macaque. The beard ape lives generally on the trees in the tropical forest because it can find its food easily on them, such as insects, seeds, fruits, leaves, flowers and stems. The beard ape also has a silver-white mane that starts from its head to its cheek. Elephants. The elephant found in the tropical rainforest also have adapted themselves according to the climate. Its huge trunk gives it a nice sense of smell and helps in picking the food easily. The elephant also eats the bark of the trees. The tusk or large teeth of elephant allow it to clear the bark of the trees. The large ears of the elephant allow it to hear sensitive sounds that make it easier for it to protect itself from predators. The ears also protect the elephant from the hot and humid climate of the rainforest. At last, we summarize the chapter. The day-to-day condition of the atmosphere at a place with respect to the temperature, humidity, rainfall, wind speed, etc. is called the weather at that place. The weather is generally not the same on any 2 days and week after week. The maximum temperature of the day occurs generally in the afternoon, while the minimum temperature occurs in the early morning. The times of sunrise and sunset also change during the year. All the changes in the weather are driven by the sun. The average weather pattern taken over a long time, say 25 years, is called the climate of the place. The tropical and the polar regions are the two regions of the earth which have severe climatic conditions. Animals are adapted to the conditions in which they live. The polar regions are very cold throughout the year. The sun does not set for 6 months in a year, and in the other 6 months it does not rise. Animals in the polar region are adapted to the extremely cold climate by having some special characteristics such as white fur, strong sense of smell, a layer of fat under the skin, wide and large paths for swimming and walking, etc. Migration is another means to escape the harsh cold conditions. Because of the hospitable climatic conditions, huge population of plants and animals are found in the tropical rainforest. Animals in the tropical rainforest are adapted, such as they eat different kinds of food to overcome the competition for food and shelter. Some adaptations of animals living in the tropical rainforest include living on the trees, development of strong tails, long and large beaks, bright colors, sharp patterns, loud voice, diet of fruits, sensitive hearing, sharp eyesight, thick skin, ability to camouflage in order to protect themselves from predators, etc. Thank you.